secretary for a period of 2 years. Then later became the vice chairman of the party, representing the Central Senatorial District. So while I was there as the vice chairman of the party, I got this appointment as a commissioner for local government service commission. So here I am today, thanking God and what God has done to me politically.
So, how would you describe your role, your relationship with Australia?
That's the grandmaster, and he has been a lecturer, a professor in politics. Whatever I'm harmed today, I will give the glory to Ashwaju because he has been there for me as a father, as a tutor, and politically, sometimes they said we shouldn't say we have a godfather, but there's godfather. There's some people that will tutor you. That will be even when you are born. You say this you go and get someone and say this is their father. He must take care of you, and that's what Ashwaju has done for me personally. Most of this position has been a direct effort of Ashwaju towards me. Not at least maybe it was through some leaders, but maybe because of my connection to him, he has been very supportive for whatever position I've gotten today, and I will continue to give him the accolade and glory for what he has done to me. And the only way I, for not once, can pay back is that to continue to support him. There are times when we feel so hard up in terms of those who left the party and we tried to struggle and they came back and they also they were also given opportunities. Before those of us we are so angry and I said, well, please, you are my people. You won't harm me. But let's find a way to settle to these people. And I think I've learned a lot when it comes to when someone is forgiving, compassionate, and he feels those who left and come back, let's forgive them. And he also give them some roles to play. I don't want to mention names, but I've seen it in some of them who left him at the point in time that he has done so well for them in their life. And they left. By the time they got into the ditch, they came back. And I actually forgive them, accepted them, and gave them positions. So it's a man that I don't know. I think it's a Messiah that God has sent to to us and to Nigeria as a whole. And because I sure you see things beyond anybody, and that's why we call him Oracle. We tell you in the next 5, 10 years, this thing will happen. It's going to happen, and he knows what to put in place at the right time. So I should use my godfather as my mentor. Is everything in my life when it comes to politics. Even I was selling Ashwaji one time that why don't you set up an institution? Maybe institute of political, Ashwaji political something. We need to learn from. I don't know how you do it. A lot of our leaders, a lot of people can't do what you do in terms of being supportive. You see a non-person, you bring him up. I know a lot of them that even are not in politics, who are brought up and Ashwaju lifted them up. But one thing a lot have done to him, so when they get there, they become his, they will be the number one to fight him. But they will still come back. And I felt this kind of person, we were looking at MK Abiola then as someone that got brought in. But Ashwaju is another person from the southwest. I don't think there's any politician, no politician from the Yoruba uh, world that will do what Ashwaju is doing. That will do. And I think it's because of what he has done that God has lifted him up. There is no election he has contested that he lost. He was in Senate, he became the governor, and even after the governorship was there, he wanted to contest for Senate. And because of the internal political wrangling that was going on, he stepped down for Ghanaian Solomon. He said Ghanaian should. He has won it, but later he just left it and said Ghanaian should go. Let me sit back. During BRF, it was one that brought in Mr. Babatunde Raji Fashola then, when Alhaji Lai Mohammed left to go and contest for the governorship of Kwara State. And he now brought him in as the chief of staff. Nobody knew that at the end of the day, Mr. Babatunde would become the governor. A lot of people contested, but at the end of the day, Ashwa just came as this is the right man. Everybody was no, 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 you put it all our leaders. No, this one is not a politician, no. He doesn't know anything about politics. So he said, this is the man I want to use. But I think for all of us, I think it was the right decision then. Because as of today, we still regard Governor Fashola as one of the best governors that God has given to us in Lagos State. He's one of the best, one of the best. Because during this period, a lot of things were stabilized, discipline were there, very hardworking. And subsequently, those who came after him, Governor Ambode was also there. He did well, but he didn't play politics with his good job. When you are there, you must play the two. When Mr. Babatunde was there, he will tell you when it comes to politics, go and meet Ashwajo. Don't meet it. But when it comes to governance, yeah, I'm there. I'm not going with anything politics. Go and meet Ashwajo. And I think it's the same thing that Governor Sanwo-Olu is also doing. They have left politics for those who are playing it. Let me play. Let me do the role of governing Lagos State. It's lessen the bonding. You can't be putting your head in politics and what is happening within the party wrangling, and no, just go and give it to people. We have the party hierarchy there, the party chairman. Then we have the leaders. We have the GAC. Let them take control of that now. Me, let me handle. Whatever the support they need, they will come. He will provide that ground, and so he will be able to be focused. And that's why we continue to have a Lagos that is moving. So for me, it has been a worthwhile, and I assure you, have been a mentor to a whole lot of us, a whole, not me alone, a whole lot of us, and we'll continue to give him the glory for whatever each and every one of us has achieved in Lagos.
How do you also see about your advice and analysis of what people should, what decision people should take about the challenges facing the actual administration right now? Because everywhere you go to, people are complaining, and as an insider, what would be your own advice?
Now, appears that people should be patient with it. Actually, someone that has the mind of every one of us. But we must be sincere with us that things have not been good over the years. We are just trying to put it right. And I feel that there are certain people who are sabotage against what they are doing today. The issue of subsidy, yeah, is an organized economic sabotage that actually you have put a stop to it. A lot of people will fight back, and this is what they are doing. And the issue of the dollar that is going up every day is also something that is challenging. And I think the new man, the governor of Central Cardoso, was a former commissioner for economic. matters in Lagos. And they are doing their best in terms of how do we curb the rising dollar rate and the price rate of food prices. I think I'm in support of people that call for the price control. That I think they've done it in the past uh, government. That there must be price control. Some of these things are homemade problems. Everything is not being imported. When you now talk about fruits or some other issue, is that because dollars has gone up? Are we using dollar to plant maize, grain, and some other stuff like that? But they'll tell you it has gone up, and every day they put. And I think Ashwaju, they are trying to stabilize the government, and we know that yes, that we have issues in the government. Of recent, because of the situation of the price increase in foodstuff, he has ordered that the reserve should be released. And if you look at what happened of recent, the issue of grants to the vulnerables at the lower, we are looking at where we now had a problem under the Minister of Humanitarian that people should be given palliative. Yes, forms were given to people, and then maybe on monthly basis, they should collect 25,000 to succor the situation. At the end of the day, we had people siphoning this money and giving it to individuals. And I think at this stage, actually need to strategize and look at even those who are working with him. They have said that they will continue to monitor some of these ministers. But I can assure you that Ashwaju meant well for this country. He has done it in Lagos State. The foundation that he laid are the one that the successive government built on. It wasn't all these last man BRT. It was actually that laid the foundation. And there is no way you can complete any government project within any speculated time. People will continue. Government is a continuous thing, but people will lay a foundation and you will build on it. I remember when I was there as a council chairman in my local government, most of the primary school, all the primary school, were Jaconde schools. And you know how Jaconde school looks like. It's just a block of blocks. Then they did just some cover. We had to knock it down, but at least someone did something. So what can we do to build on it? We did build on it. Before I left, all my primary school in my local government were turned to a modern one, a covered one, and we make sure that it was a conducive one. We provided shoe and bags for people. We were giving them, feeding them once in a day. But I can, like you like to ask, this country will be better. Just we need to be patient with them. Just give him some months. I think whatever that they have put in place will start to bear fruit very soon. It's not up to 1 year in office. We met an economy that had been bastardized. We know what they did at the central bank, and we are still feeling the effect. The means and ways where they siphon money, some people got this money, converted it to dollar, and they start holding it. The banks are also corporate in it. I can bet you most of these banks, when they go for biddings, they are the same people that will bid, collect this money, and return it to the black market. I think they must look into it. There are people that are sabotaging the effort of this government, and we must rise up. Ashwaju has come in to lay. It's the last time for Ashwaju to lay a lifelong legacy. It's not for him to come and amass money. Ashwaju has money that he can be comfortable with his own family. But I feel he needs to do more for the good people of this country. But we just want to appeal that by the grace of God, things will start to stabilize very soon. They are making all efforts to get it done. Now we have the Port Harcourt refinery that is working. Mm, of recent, they've sent crude oil for them to process. We have the Dangote refinery, and money were released for the first time in the history of this country. It's actually time that state and local government are getting billions of naira. I know local governments today. When I was there as council chairman, I get as low as 10 million, 15 million, and 20. The highest sometimes 20 million. But today, even in my local government that I left, they are collecting 200 million. So there is more money for them to develop the community. And the nearest to the community is the local government. We just continue to appeal to them to do more in terms of betterment the life of our people. We have local government. When they created the additional local government, last year the creation of additional was done by Ashwaju time. Last year it was 20 years. A lot of states that created local government that General Obasanjo retired seized their money. Lagos State was part of. A lot of them ran back, but we were able to sustain it. I was there then as council chairman. I was getting as low as 40,000 as, and there was a time I usually call us and if you feel the pains is so much, maybe we should go back. But then say no, we want to stand by you. Whatever pains we are going to endure, we will. And today we are enjoying it. Lagos is the only state that has been able to sustain additional local government development area. Even it was during the pressure that we had to convert it to development areas. And what do we do? Like in my area in Surulere, we had the Surulere as a whole body. And the two additional created local council area were the area offices then. Itirekate was an area office that it was now created as additional council area. That was the council chairman then, and Kokaguda. So sometimes whatever Sule gets, it feeds the two. But we've been able to develop outside when it was Sule as a whole. Kokaguda is doing development, education, health, and otherwise. Likewise, Itirekate. Before I left, schools were built, health center. We have one health center, it's a mini general hospital in the Nigeria community, very densely populated area. It was commissioned by Governor Fashola. We bought that property, knock it down, and we build it as an health center. It's still there, and people are enjoying it. If there has not been additional council, maybe Zule would not have looked into those areas because there are areas in some of the like Orile, very densely populated, Orile, Koka, Aguda. So for me, I just want to appeal that our people should be patient. The Ashwaji is putting every effort in place to say that things get better in this country. He feels it, he knows it, and some of us who are close to him will mention it to him, and he said that I know. And it's good for him as a listening president. Even when there are issues and he gets to hear, he will change it. There are people that have been appointed and maybe they are petition and we'll just take them off. The issue of the last one, the minister, if there had been any other government, they will have let it go and they won't do anything. But that one also has served as a yardstick for any other minister to say, come on, if you messed up, you are going home. We won't allow you to dent the image of this government. And they said they will continue to monitor these ministers periodically to see how they are performing. If you are doing good, they will continue to retain. If you are not, they will take you out and bring in people who are ready to work. So Nigerians should be patient with Ashwaju, and I can assure you and I pray things will get better very soon.
Thank you, Mbafu.
Yeah,
I'll ask you how you feel as you prepare for your 16th.
Yeah, thank you so much. I feel so happy and grateful to God that I'm attending the elderly club because as soon as you hit 60, you become an elder. And sometimes people look at me and said, "Is this man really 60?" But I'm 60 years old. I know those of us that we grown up, even some of them have marked their 60th birthday, maybe a year, two. Even my friend, the chairman of the commission, had his own birthday last year, 61. And I thought I must mark it and celebrate uh, what God has done to me. And that's why I feel so grateful and happy that those of us that are there and they won't be able to attain even 60. We saw what happened of recent where whole families just perished. So when God spares your life, just give thanks and glory to Almighty.
What are your reflections on life?
Yeah, for me, reflections on life is that you must also pay back for whatever God has done to you. Give back to the people, the needy, and those who seek for your help. Just be there. And I think that's helped me in my life. There are times, even when I'm at a difficult situation to assist, I always want to get back and see what I can do. That I think the people felt that I'm the last option for them. Sometimes I will tell them, the me too, I'm still looking up on some people for certain help. But I also feel that they need me and I must give back. And that's why, if I look back, I'm very grateful because the more I do, the more God has helped me. And I'm very grateful. Even at a tight end, something will just crop up. And I felt maybe because of the little I've been doing. So for me, if I look back, I continue to be grateful. It's been it's been an up and down situation. At time the situation was good. At times it was so difficult. But I feel God has seen me through. That very in the next weeks I'll be celebrating my 60, and I'll be very grateful. So my reflection is that just do good while you are there. You don't know when God will just take you away. But while you are still alive, make the best out of that time to assist and assist people.
Let's talk about your involvement in politics. How did it start?
Yeah. That one, I will just give it to the glory of God. Sometimes I look at myself that maybe I was not really cut out for politics because sometimes people look at me as a gentle person and say, you handle politics and you be involved. But I remember a man today, he's still alive, he's 90 plus. We were living together we were living in the same area in Gesha Todo, in the same street. We call him Alhaji Bamgbola. And whenever I pass by, he will call me and say, why don't you join politics? And I'm like, politics for where? I'm not interested though. And I was like, you should join politics. It's the people like you will want. At least you have something you are doing. You hard up to whatever is there. And so there was a day and I went back to him and said, I said, yeah, you join politics. I don't know people. Oh. Where do I start from? And I said, don't worry. I will take you around. I will let you meet people around. And that's how I got involved.
What's your
That should be around 87, 89 at that time. And just said, don't worry, we will take you to, and he took me to one late old veteran politician. We call him Babalu. He's dead now. So when there's, this is my son, I want you to tutor him. I want you to take him around. And that's how I started my politics. And from there, I think I've not regretted it. And got to the point that I felt back that when I later I vied for a position, and one of our leaders, Chief Ayade Banjo, was living in Abuja at the back of the filling station. Now, before it was AP or more something, he has a house at the back there. I was running for the House of Rep then, around 89, and they now called me and said I must drop my ambition for one Chief Olokodano. That Olokodano, the popular Olokodano, Kola Owole Olokodano. And the man called me and said, no, you people must drop your ambition. Olokodano have been supporting the party for a very long time, and um, he has not really gained anything out of it. You guys are still young. We must drop our ambition and support the man. And at that time, it was this Afenifere that were controlling AD then. And I told my supporters that "Well, I have to accept the wishes of these leaders. Oh. If we don't, there's no way that we can't leave this party. Oh. Even they were resisting, no, I will go against that. I mean, for me, at least I'm the one that said I'm interested in this thing. So let's drop this ambition. Let's go and support the man. And that's how we went to see Chibolo was living up Brown Road, and we went to meet him that our leaders has appealed to us that we must drop our ambition and support him. And I'm ready to support, and which we did. And later won the election in 80, yes, around 89, and he became the House of Rep then. So later on, I was appointed supervisor in Surulere local government, and that's how the whole thing started. And I felt maybe because of the singular act I did then was what has brought me to what I am today. Because I know that when I later during the creation of additional local government, I was elected as the vice chairman of Chilekati. And after the first, I was given the opportunity to run for the chairmanship of the local government. So I was there for 2 years. Even I was there, I did an acting because during that period the chairman was suspended by the House of Assembly. So I acted for 10 months. Thereafter, I became the chairman of the council, and I did 2 years. And later, I was the candidate of the party for House of Rep around 2014 or something thereabout. But we lost the election then because of the peculiar political reason within Sole consensus too. In Sole consensus, we have the dominant of the Igbo within that community. And when it comes to federal election, they're always going against us. And that's how we lost that election then. And since then, I've played my role as a politician. I was appointed the secretary of the party at the state level by Ashwaju. Someone left. That was the president senator at representing Central, Honorable Eshuloko. He was the secretary. Then he now went to vie for a position for House of Assembly. So that position was vacant, and they now said that he would fill in.